Good morning, everyone. How many of you run your own business? Raise your hand. Okay, that's amazing. How many of you are thinking or desiring to start your own business? Wonderful. For those of you that didn't raise your hand, there's the door. No, I'm just kidding. Please stay. So today, we're going to take a look at what gets in the way between you and what you really want in your business. But if you don't have a business, and if you don't even want a business, that's still okay, because I just want you to replace this word with career or even life. Because what we're going to take a look at today is the one thing that keeps getting in the way. It is the conversation in your mind. It is the conversation that keeps telling you it's not enough. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough information. I don't have enough people. Choose. There's always usually one for all of us. Even I myself, I struggled with doubt yesterday, this morning. I was like, God, what am I going to tell them? I only have 20 minutes. Normally I do these things for hours and hours, so it's just 20 minutes. And so the conversation kicked off. But is that really what's stopping you from winning bigger in business? Is it the conversation in your mind? Or is it something else? So we're going to find that out. Today, we're talking about how you can tackle self-doubt, how you can remove it from your life so that it no longer is a controlling force for you. Because I want you to be able to take greater risks and to win bigger in business. So what is doubt really? There's so many conversations about doubt, but ultimately, doubt comes down to being the voice of scarcity. Now, how many of you have ever heard of the phrase that says, self-doubt is the enemy? Anybody have ever heard of that? Okay. A couple. How many of you have been trying to crush self-doubt, overcome it, destroy it, get rid of it? How many of you have tried to get rid of it? Okay. Is there anybody here that has ever tried to get rid of doubt and never doubted themselves again? Please raise your hand. You should be the speaker. Because it certainly didn't work for me. I'm still doubting myself on a daily basis. Yet how come I am standing here and teaching you about how to overcome self-doubt? Well, the first thing that we need to understand is that the problem is not doubt. Self-doubt is not what's holding you back. What do you mean, Mario? Every time I'm trying to grow my business, I tell myself, I just don't have the money. I don't have the time to work on my business. I'm so busy fulfilling all my clients and taking care of my team members. What do you mean? It's definitely up here. Well, I'm here to challenge that today. The real problem is not the doubt. The problem is that we're too comfortable. Now, what do I mean? I'm not here to diminish anybody's experience of self-doubt. Because I know firsthand what self-doubt can do. Once the conversation kicks off, then we start to feel the anxiety in the chest. And for some of us, that can even go to a panic attack. I know this firsthand because it happened to me. And I know how it feels like the thoughts and feelings are really what's holding you back from the way you want to live your life and run your business. I know that it feels like that. But just because it feels like that doesn't mean it's the truth. So today we are here to break through the truth. See, the problem with self-doubt is that we give too much credibility and power to the voice in our minds. How many here have a track record of success? I mean, you started business, maybe sold businesses, you've grown from like very little to a lot, and still you keep questioning yourself. You know, some people call it the imposter syndrome. Anybody ever heard of that, imposter syndrome? So then, what we can take away is that the thing that makes self-doubt go away is evidence. Because clearly I'm talking to an audience with overwhelming amounts of evidence that says who you are is successful. And some of you are already rocking in their chair. Well, I could be doing so much more. I could be so much more productive. I could be so much more confident. I could be doing what that guy is doing, standing up on stage. But what the heck is wrong with me? Why am I not doing that? He can do it, so why not me? So it's not the voice in your head that's the problem. It's us giving too much attention to what's happening up there, and then we believe it, and then we don't take the necessary actions. I'm not a manifestation coach. I'm not a just believe in it and it will magically appear kind of person. This is not a woo-woo talk. I want you to understand that I work with high performance all the time. And it always comes down to the actions that you're taking. You know that. I don't need to tell you that. But you also know that there are certain actions that you're not taking. And it's because you tell yourself, I'm just not confident enough, good enough, worthy enough. And that's all because of that voice up here. So with all of that, the question then becomes, the most important question, how do I stop letting doubt decide what I do and how I do it? So when it comes to business, there is obviously, let's say you want to scale your company. Now, in order to scale your company, it's very simple. You need to free up your time as the business owner. You need to have people that take over the tasks that you have once been doing so that you have more leverage, so that you have more high value order of your time. You know this stuff. I don't need to tell you that. But do you do it? Maybe not. Maybe you are. So doubt can hold you back in two ways and two ways only. Either you don't take action at all. Either you just say, I'm not going to show up on the sales calls because I can't deal with the rejection. Or you say, screw it, I'm going to show up either way. But then you're showing up to that investor meeting where you're trying to raise money like this. Hi, so my name is, wait, what was my name? I have this company, and you don't really have to give me your money. I can give you my money if that's okay. That's how a lot of us are showing up when we're showing up. So we're not really there. Where half of us is dealing with, oh my God, what will they think of me? I'm such an idiot. I'm such a loser. The other half is like, come on, pull your shit together. Try hard. And so you're there, but you're really not there. I want to tell you a little story about myself. By now you know my name. It's Mario Lanzarotti. I'm half Italian, half German. I've been coming to South Africa for 20 years. I'm the founder of the Zenpreneur movement, where we help business owners scale rapidly without burning out by helping them become more powerful leaders, helping them break the bottlenecks that hold them back from raising their bottom line, and by doing it all with a sense of inner peace so that you don't kill yourself in the process. See, the guy on the left, that was me, plagued by doubt. I need more experience, more time, more information, more people, more money. And so I was stuck between 5 to 10K per month. I was working with people that I shouldn't have accepted. They were extremely demanding and they weren't paying what I wanted them to pay. My marketing really was not there at all. I was wearing all the hats in my business. I was hitting goals, but they were very comfortable goals. They weren't really stretching me. They were like, oh, that feels good, I was going about what feels good and what feels right to me. And I was living in obscurity, so people didn't really know me. And because of all of that, I wasn't making the kind of impact that I wanted to make. Fast forward to today, the guy on the right, that's me. Today, I run a multi-six-figure coaching business. I work with people that I love, people whose values that I align with. My marketing is working. It's unique. It's an expression of who I am. I have a great support team of coaches, of assistants, of partners, of mentors. I'm scaling to 7 figures. I gave a TEDx talk with almost 3 million organic views, and I have coached over 2,000 people, which is the most important thing to me, to make a difference. So what happened? How come I went from there, left to right? What did I do? Well, I'm going to tell you that now. I'm going to show you that. So when it comes to letting go of self-doubt, it's actually a very simple thing. I have this with my clients all the time. It's like, yeah, Mario, I get it, but how do I stop it? How do I let go of it? And so I always bring this one example. So I want you to stretch out your hand, one of your hands, and I want you to pretend that you have a cup in your hand, okay? Like I have this cup right here. And this cup is self-doubt. Now, if this cup is lukewarm or cold, how long can you hold on to the cup? Just shout it. How long? Forever, exactly, right? Because, it's the cup. There's nothing in there. But what if I remove the lid and pour in boiling hot water? How long would you hold on to your cup? Seconds? Yeah, why? Why not keep holding? Say it louder, please. Yeah, exactly. It's painful. See, and this is the problem with self-doubt. Remember, I told you in the beginning that the issue is not self-doubt. The issue is that you're too comfortable. Too comfortable with what? Too comfortable living in limitation. Your own limitation. You may say, oh, come on, dude. Yeah, whatever. Like, I don't like my doubt. Definitely don't enjoy that because it's making me anxious as fuck. And here you're telling me that, you're living too comfortably. Well, think about it this way. Human beings are more afraid of their own power than they are of their own misery. Why? When you succeed, and you have all experienced this more than one time in your life, when you succeed, you raise above a certain level of people. That doesn't make you a better person. So get that out of your head. You're not better or worse because you are more successful. But you're just different then. And so what happens is as you climb the ladder of success to greater and greater heights, there's less and less people to relate to. So what does it create? Loneliness. And loneliness is poison for human beings. When a human being is born into this world as a little toddler and they don't receive the touch of their mother, of their father, of their parents, they can actually die. Love is the oxygen that keeps human beings going. And by the way, behind most entrepreneurs that I've worked with until now is a deep feeling of inadequacy and a deep longing for love and acceptance. Men call it respect, because we don't like the word love. It's too weak, too soft. For many of us, I'm okay with that. I like my softer side. But it's that fear that when we rise above, that we'll be criticized, that we'll be judged, that we will be alone. And so, what do? We stay in mediocre land. Mediocre for us personally, not in general, but you each know what you are capable of achieving, but you don't go there because it's too uncomfortable. So, I'm going to tell you a story that helped me to finally let go, to stop using my self-doubt as an excuse to be in comfort land. This was me, roughly 4 years ago, in Peru, in the Amazon jungle. Not the greatest place. I don't necessarily recommend people to go there. Last time for me, but incredibly enriching experience. This was during an ayahuasca ceremony. Is there anybody who has no clue what an ayahuasca ceremony is? Okay, great. An ayahuasca ceremony, ayahuasca is a plant brew, is a tea, it's a psychedelic tea that is facilitated by shamans that have been around for hundreds and hundreds and probably more than that of years. And when it's facilitated, it produces a hallucinogenic experience. So you go deep into your own psyche and you can work on trauma, you can work on fears and limitations. I did that there for a week, and as I was done with the last ceremony, I was lying on this mattress and I was just reflecting and asking myself, what's wrong with you, man? Why can't you just get it right? What else will it take? How much longer? How many more sacrifices do I have to make? When will I finally get there? And so this conversation was just ruminating inside of me until I got some. And I had two incredible breakthroughs. And I'm going to tell you the first one now. The first one was realizing the cost. See, self-doubt was actually a means for me to avoid hard conversations, avoid more sales conversations with people that I felt intimidated by, some people that were more successful than me. So I didn't get into the conversation with them. Hard conversations within my family, with my partner, with friends, with how people treated me, how I let them treat me, with how I treated people, how I hurt people. And I did not want to have those conversations. I was constantly using doubt as a means to overanalyze. How many of you love to ruminate about perfecting any marketing material or specific launches or what you're going to wear? I don't know, you all have something. It's natural to our human nature. And so I understood that I was doing that because I didn't want to take the actions, the imperfect actions, because those could fail. And nobody likes to feel like a failure. I certainly didn't. And then lastly, I just couldn't set boundaries. My friends, if you run a business, setting boundaries is one of the most important things. Because if you don't have boundaries, you can't protect your focus, your time, and your energy. And it doesn't matter how much money you throw at something, if you don't have boundaries for you to operate at your best and focus on what moves the needle, it's not going to happen for you. So I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to set boundaries and have those conversations with people inside my team and outside my team, because what if they no longer liked me? What if all of a sudden I could no longer be Mr. Nice Guy? And so that was because I didn't want to feel lonely. So all of that led me to rejecting and abandoning myself. I used coping mechanisms like drugs, porn, gaming, social media, doom scrolling, just to get away from this feeling. I ended up being the lone wolf inside my life, which I think a lot of men can relate to, where you don't ask for help. Say, I got this. How are you doing? I'm all right. Just a bit stressed, but I got this. I got this. And so what did I do? I wore all the hats. I was surrounded by coaches and mentors that were ahead of me, but was I asking for their help? Very, very, very rarely. Something really bad had to happen for me to actually do that. And so that meant I was always busy, super busy. Busy doing what? Busy doing the same shit that I've always been doing, which didn't get me to where I wanted to be. So I was fulfilling clients, I was doing lead generation sales calls, but I was doing it all. I wasn't building the systems and the processes and hiring the right people to do that for me. And so because of that, I never had the time and I never had the energy. And so burnout was a very common experience for me, and in the fast and feminine cycles. Great month, shitty month. Great month, shitty month. Great month, shitty month. Try to build a life with that. Try to plan. And so because of all of that, I was not showing up for my partner, for my family, my friends. See, the thing that hurt the most, my father needed money at the time. I couldn't support him. I just didn't have the money. That really, really, really stung. I'll tell you another story. Later on, I had a mentor, extremely close with him. Bless his heart. His name is Mark. I met with him once a week online, and he kept on saying to me, Mario, come visit me. What did I say? It's not the right time. Don't have the time. Don't have the time. A year later, he died, and I never saw him in person. That hurt. That really fucking hurt. And so I understood that I was living below my potential. I was never really feeling at peace. It doesn't matter how many goals I would hit, how good my bank account looked, there was never peace. And so, what is doubt costing you? What is your habit of allowing doubt to tell you what you can and cannot do costing you? You better pour hot water into your cup so you realize, I can't do this anymore. That was breakthrough number one. Breakthrough number two, before I tell you this, I am not trying to sell you a belief system. I'm not asking you to believe in a spiritual teacher, a spiritual figure, a religious movement, a group, none of that. So what I'm about to tell you, listen through curiosity and make it make sense in your own way. Whether you believe in a higher power or not, that's not the point here. You see me lying there. scribbling and scribbling and scribbling, searching and searching and searching, seeking and seeking and seeking and seeking and seeking, to the point where I felt almost like a panic attack. I was lying on that mattress, looking up at the ceiling, which was infested with spiders. That's why I said, don't go there. And just not knowing what to do. And I could feel the anxiety rising up, my chest tightening, and I was just in this total fear panic mode. And all of a sudden, like this, I went from panic to complete peace, to complete safety. And I only had one thought in my mind, and it was Jesus Christ. And I was very confused. I have never read the Bible. I don't identify as a Christian or with any religion. Never have, and don't plan on doing so. But it did remind me of something, because the words that followed after were very clear. Seeking for the answers to give me permission was my problem. See, I had always been looking in my mind for more answers. What else do I need to know? How many more seminars do I need to visit? How many more coaches do I need to hire? How many more podcasts or books do I need to consume? Always more, looking. Until it became very clear to me. Stop waiting for the money to be worthy of going after what you really want. Why do you need the money to be worthy? Being worthy is not a result of being successful. Being worthy is a decision. Stop waiting for the fear of rejection to go away to be unapologetically and boldly you. A lot of us, we're wearing these masks, and we're waiting for something outside of us to give us permission to put the mask down. But it never happens. Stop waiting for the right time and the right circumstances to be courageous so you can ask more of yourself and of others. And stop waiting for people to take the initiative for you to feel confident to tell them how you really feel. What I got after I had this Jesus encounter was that the answer to doubt is to decide to be that which you are seeking. What's behind the money? Is it self-respect? Is it safety? Is it confidence? Is it approval? What you're seeking is something that's inside of you. You'll never silence the doubt by trying to achieve your way out of it. It will never work. Why? Because you have to understand that what you have is created by what you do, and what you do is informed by who you are. Not the other way around. See, for most of us, it's once I have the money, then I can show up confidently and ask for more, and then I'll finally feel enough. How many of you have tried this and never really worked out? I have a couple courageous, honest people. Thank you for being courageous and honest. It will pay the dividend for you. So what we have to understand is that at the very core, who you are is who you say you are. Whatever you enter after I am becomes your identity. I am perfect. That's a difficult one, because if you play in the field of perfection, then there's no room for mistakes. And if you're an entrepreneur, you have to make a lot of mistakes. So you better not hold on to perfection. I have to be perfect. Right? So choose carefully what you say after the I am. And the reason I bring in Jesus is, again, not to convert you to anything, but for me, Jesus' teachings have made all the difference. And that is the teachings of love, the teachings of oneness. See, when you are coming from a place of love, what becomes possible for you? When you are coming from a place of peace, do you need distractions? When you already know that you are valuable and enough, do you need to ask for permission from people to show up a certain way? Do you need to wait for that other person to come and apologize? Do you need to wait for that person to bring up the fact that there's a conflict, even though they're oblivious to them? Or can you step it up? Because you say, who I am is love. And what love does is love always acts in truth. That's a choice that you're making. So I'm not here to tell you that, try to fight your doubt, try to get rid of it. Leave it alone. Leave it there. It'll always do what doubt does, which is try to get you back into scarcity. Just a quick pause. How are we doing on time? 5 more minutes? Awesome. Okay. So, I'm going to now guide you through a little experience. This is something that if you practice it on a daily basis, I promise you it will neutralize the doubt for the moment enough for you to have a window where you can take bigger actions and bigger risks, because that's what's required to scale your business. So, you can keep your eyes open for this, you can close them, that's totally up to you, but I invite you to sit up straight, put both feet firmly on the ground, nothing to fiddle with in your hands, so please put away that cell phone or that drink. And then we're going to start by just taking a couple deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. And on every out breath, I invite you just to let your shoulders drop a little as you lengthen your breath. Just taking deep, long breaths. And as that happens, I want you to bring your attention to your mind. And just look, what's going on up there? Don't try to change anything. Don't try to understand it. Just bring curiosity to it. That's an interesting thought. Oh, look, that's another thought. Just like a cloud passing by. And then just check in with how you're feeling right now. There's no wrong feelings. There are no bad feelings. Just become aware of whatever you're feeling in this moment. We're here to embrace them, good or bad. None of that matters. And then I want you to find the most uncomfortable sensation in your body. Whatever is there that's unwanted. And then as you focus on that sensation, I want you to once again deepen your breath. Just take a deep breath as you focus on it. You're now breathing into the sensation. Very good. And then as you keep your focus on this sensation, in your mind, say to it, thank you for wanting to keep me safe. Now I am safe, I release you. Thank you for wanting to keep me safe. Now I am safe and I release you. And then as soon as you notice a shift in your body, take one hand and place it on your heart. One hand on the heart. It's not going to bite you. And then you deepen your breaths into the heart, and in the quiet of your mind, ask yourself, what would love do now? What would love do now? And now you simply listen. It may not be making sense to the doubt in the mind, but that doesn't have to. It may be a desire to connect with a person. It may be a desire to turn around to the person next to you and ask them for a coffee. It may be someone in your business that you haven't spoken to in a while. It may be telling you that it's time to split ways with someone. Maybe it's telling you to invest in that course, fly to that seminar. It doesn't matter what it is, but I want you to listen. Because the answer is already there. You will not find what you're looking for in the seeking. You will find it in the being. Because you are already complete. You already have the answers. But you got to listen. You got to stop listening to the doubt that's telling you it's not that. Remember that doubt is here to keep you safe, but not actually safe. Safe in the misery, safe in the familiar suffering, safe in your comfort zone. But the true liberation is always accessible in your heart. And all you need to do is go through these steps and be liberated by the being that is already inside of you. It will make you unstoppable. It will make you unique. It will make you magnetic to clients, to partners, to people, to anybody who is supposed to be in your field. And it will do the opposite. It will reject the people that are not supposed to be there, which is amazing. It's your automatic bullshit filter. You're welcome. So, my friends, open your eyes, and we're going to hopefully be able to have a minute. No minute? Unfortunately, I went over the time, so we don't have any more time for a Q&A, but if you have any questions about today, if you would like to connect with me, you can find me on all of the social media platforms, not Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. I'm very active there. You can go to my website, check out the many client stories there that you find in video format, or you can reach out via email. And I have a special offer for anybody here today that is part of Nomad Week. And that is, if you would like to stop being the bottleneck in your business and you want my guidance, my support, I'm offering you a free session with me, no strings attached. If you love what you're receiving, we can talk about working together. If not, you get a lot of value and we can just be friends. All right? So take a picture of this and the previous slide. I'll make sure that the slide will be shared with everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for contributing to the wonderful Mother City, and I look forward to connecting with you individually.